Hi, I'm Andrew from Creative Guitar Studio. Thanks for tuning in to my weekly guitar blog. I've had a ton of questions off the website recently, so what I'm going to be doing in this week's guitar blog here is just ripping through a bunch of questions here. I'm going to start with one that came in from Mike. He wrote in saying, I've been wondering about that Stratocaster you play and what kind of pickups it has and the knobs. Also that black bar that you have by the bridge. Is that a Roland pickup? And if so, where'd you get it? Thanks a lot for your videos, Mike. Well, thanks for writing in, Mike. It's a 1991 American Standard Sunburst Stratocaster. It's a real basic American Standard guitar. It has a Seymour Duncan that I put in the bridge position, the hot rail, and in the neck position there's a cool rail pickup. In the center position it's just a standard American Strat single coil that came with the guitar. The knobs are just your standard chrome knobs. I think I actually just bought those at the Carbon Shop when I was living in LA on the Sunset Boulevard there. And there is indeed a Roland GK3 pickup that's mounted. The pickup I purchased with the Roland GR20 MIDI guitar system, and I just bought that at a guitar shop locally. You can grab those Roland systems anywhere. But it's great. It's a really versatile guitar. It's really nice. I'm going to move on to another question here. This one's from Karl. It says here, I want to play guitar as good as you. Oh, thanks. But I only know the simple pentatonic scales, and I always want to stop playing guitar, and that's probably why my hand speed now is very slow. But now I really want to get into guitar more and play guitar more. I'm 22 years old. Can I still be a good guitarist just by practicing? Well, yeah, 22 is pretty young. I mean, geez, like you could work for years, and as long as you keep challenging yourself, and of course staying internally motivated. It sounds like you maybe have had some motivation problems, but you need to keep exposing yourself to new material. You know me, like I'm always preaching in these guitar blogs about the importance, I think, of getting a teacher. Even if you're seeing a teacher once a month. I know right now the economy is terrible. A lot of people have lost their jobs. It's really lousy out there for the most part. But if you could at least hook up with somebody, there's a decent teacher even once or twice a month. You don't have to maybe go every week if you can't afford it. But guitar teachers are excellent for that. They'll keep you motivated. They'll keep you on track, keep you trying new things. You just have to basically focus on staying motivated, getting new information. Try not to compare yourself to anyone. I take the compliment kindly, of course, that you like my playing, but really focus on your own playing. Look at the things that you want to accomplish and focus heavily on that. 100% into what you want to work towards and what you want to do. I know that it can be tough. Sometimes you see somebody who's a great player and you just feel like, I wish I could do what they're doing as easily as it seems that they can do it. But really, it all comes back down to practice and work. Another thing I'll give you as a tip though is play with others. Number one, play with others for sure. Get a group of people going jamming, and also try and get on stage. Try and form some kind of band and get playing. With others live. Wherever that may be, even if it's just like a retirement home or something. You can usually go to those places pretty easy and play. But the thing is get out there and play in front of somebody doing some kind of live gigging. Anyway, let's move on here. I got a question came in from Paul. He says he has a beautiful 78 Strat and he wants to buy and add the Roland. Oh, you called it the RC20. It's actually called the GR20 Synth. I think though. Okay, sorry, I got sidetracked here. But I'm concerned with the damage to the finish of my guitar. What do you think? Can it be safely removed without damage? Okay, Paul, what you're talking about there is that GK3 pickup that mounts to the guitar. And there's no need to worry about that at all. There's just a simple glue strip that attaches to the pickup unit and mounts to the face of your pick guard. There's holes where you can drill into it, but I never bothered drilling in. I didn't want to drill into my pick guard. But if you wanted to remove that for some reason, you can get a chemical. It's called Lift-Off 2. I can't remember the name of the company that it's made by, but they make a whole series of chemicals that are good for lots of jobs that going to deal with removing adhesives and so forth. I'll find some of the links maybe on Amazon or something, and I'll put some links in the description box for that, because sometimes you might even grab a cheap guitar or something at a yard sale or something like that, and it might have stickers on it or whatever. If you want to get those off, by all means, that Lift-Off 2 product works great. Anyway, getting back to the GK3 pickup and so forth. Like I was saying, there's no need to drill into the guitar or anything. Its mounting system is really friendly to the guitar overall, at least for the Stratocaster it is, so no concerns there. I got time for one more question. This one's going to be from Peter. He wrote in, he says, I'm fascinated by Gypsy Jazz, especially Django Reinhardt. Can you give me some tips on where to start learning this style? Maybe like that same instructional format, like the Latin guitar style analysis that you did. What scales, rhythms, chords, and pre-existing knowledge should I have ingrained in my head before tackling this style? Well, Peter, number one, you want to gain your knowledge of jazz changes, because that Gypsy Jazz is, of course, using your jazz chords. So get to know your sevenths, get to know the harmony, get to know common turnarounds. I just posted actually a video lesson today about 8-bar blues variations. It's really got a pretty cool sort of jazzy version of the 8-bar blues included there. Maybe go and check that out. But begin with that sort of thing. Get your chords really solid. And besides that, listen. And like with other styles and analysis, get the history down. Learn as many charts as you can from the classic tunes of that style and so forth. I got to make a comment here. I do know of a couple of Django Reinhardt books. I had a student here at Creative Guitar bring them in. There were two. One was like the breakdown of his styles and technique. I'll find a link to that. I'll put it in the description box below. And then there's one. It was called sort of something like know the man and play his music or play his style and know the man, Django Reinhardt, or something like that. It was a book CD set, really good. And I had a chance to actually check those out because the student brought them in, and I was looking at them one afternoon with him. But those books are fairly inexpensive. I'll find the links to them and maybe go grab them both if you're really into that stuff. But anyway, that's about the time I have for today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll be blogging again next week. Take care. Bye for now, and we'll see you next time.